Hello there, YouTube. How the hell are you? My name is Vac, and we're here today on this 4th of July Independence Day to play some Marble Strike Force. So let's get some fireworks of our own going, shall we, while we listen to the sound of fireworks outside my house. So just bear with me a second, and we're going to give it a few minutes for some people to straggle in. We're going to pull everything up here. So just bear with me a second. I should have muted that earlier. I was watching videos. So we got a fairly standard program to roll through tonight, even though it's a holiday. We got all of the basic game modes that we have to get tackled. Not an incredible amount to do, but enough. So I expect this to take us an hour or more. And if we can, we'll fill some time after that with some hopefully some PvP or just some hard ass blitzing. We'll figure it out one way or the other. Alex, welcome back to the stream, my friend. All right, so let's get on with the action, shall we? So I have not looked at offers. Let's take a look if there's anything new in here today that might be interesting. I'm actually going to pick this up. I don't think it's going to give us anything but a dupe, but that's kind of what I'm counting on. For $3, I'll take some Elite 4 shards. I'll do that. I'm glad to know that they're going out okay, Michael. Or Alex, excuse me. I don't know why I'm calling you by your mom's name. A mispronunciation of your mom's name. My apologies. So let's see here. We're going to get 2 of those. I don't think we're going to pick up a Negasonic. We might. But not right now. I just want to grab, there we go. Some more duplicate shards. Some big booms. Orb draft, no. I want that, but we'll save it for the morning. Orb frenzies, gold, no. Don't really want any of that. I'm good on T3 ability materials. Pretty good on chimichangas. Okay, so we're gonna see about orbs. We got premium. We got 1 red star. We picked up out of the. I believe, the daily challenges this morning. So just a little more progress toward our next Elite 4. Just slowly grinding up. Take those basics. Not really much need to hoard orbs right now. I would take more chimichangas, don't get me wrong. I'm just not going to spend cores on them. I can go blitz, I'm okay with wailing out if it's something that gives me a lot in return, but just a few, just 150 cores for just a portion of 1 chimichanga orb that may or may not give me what I want. I'm not going to get excited to spend a couple of dollars on that. But we got 3 fireworks orbs here. Enough chimichangas for 3 of them. Yeah, there's some decent stuff that comes out of here, but it's not guaranteed. Oh, that's fine. I don't really need mega orb fragments. And we'll take that. We'll definitely take that. So let's get some more, but I'd rather get them free to play in this particular case. I did buy a couple offers that first day. I'm done with the milestones, so I don't see any reason to wail out on that, but I would like to get more of them. Absolutely. We're going to buy these Alpha Flight ciphers, so since we're here, we're just going to farm the store. Which is just a huge part of my daily play. At this point, it's definitely rare gear pieces that really gate my progress. And there's always something I need, man. There's always something around the horizon we're going to need a ton of, and this next set of characters we're going to raise. It's always something. All right, so I don't need any of those character shards. So we'll just save those blitz tokens or credits or whatever they call them. We'll grab this stuff. We'll grab those phosphates for sure. Don't need any characters here. Don't have enough for an orb, so we move on. Really would like to see some mini uniques here. Here we go. We'll take these lattices. So we're pretty well ready to raise another Mystic character. And I'm not going to bother refreshing because that was most of my war credits there. I'd love to get that Coulson to 7. Imagine getting Coulson and Nick to 7 red. That would be... Oh, and Shield Security. I, of course, don't have enough for that. But I can dream. I can dream. So there we go. There's that. Let's move this train on. Got more people hopping in. Welcome everybody to Mortytown TV. Home of the Mortytown Locos, but we're trying to produce content that is applicable to all Marvel Strike Force players. And we hope that you'll find something here. Get my #1 reward and my 500 cores. This is so important to me right here. We hope that you will find something here that will be of assistance to you in your Marvel Strike Force journey. And we also just kind of hope that you love Mortytown.
I love Morty, and I hope Morty loves me. I'd like to wrap my arms around him and feel him inside me. Oh crap!
All right. Well, I don't know that I can work on arena, Alex. I can. We can do an arena fight for sure. I've got 2 attacks left. So what we'll do then is I'll go for we'll go to 3 and then we'll go to 2 and then I'm going to sit there. The only reason I'm low on arena credits is I pretty much I spend them as fast as I get them to buy the Kingpin Vault orbs. I don't need any of those characters, and there's not a lot of need for me to save them up, right? All right, so I'm gonna hit this left side over here. I'm gonna get an offense down on Black Bolt. I'm gonna wait on the flip. And keep pushing that left side. I'm going to buff our boys up. And they'll buff, and then they'll stealth, and then I'm going to flip all of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attack this Fabricator here so that I can hit these adjacent targets. There we go. That's the first death on Ultron. And that way I didn't have to kill Phoenix also. So let's get back on Ultron. We'll try to take him off the field. So now this is a lot of people are trying to compete with this kind of half and half team, you know, kind of a mixed team. I'm not really overpowered compared to the people that I play against, Alex. I'm just overpowered compared to you. I play against people who compete with me just fine. Like this guy's got a 400 some odd strength team. I'm gonna beat him, don't get me wrong, but he's no pushover. So we'll drain some health, try to top off the tank. I don't want to use this special because he'll kill Phoenix, and we want to hold off on that. So instead, what we're going to do, I'm even going to hold off on using his ultimate until I've got these other two just about dead. Looks like Maw's a dead man walking. We'll go ahead and finish him with our Maw. I'm going to save that special for when she comes back around. Now we'll kill her. Bring her back. She's a lot easier to handle if you do it this way. And there you go. So yeah, man. I mean, there's not every orb has stuff that I need, right? Some orbs I don't bother opening, but most of them have at least some little thing. Most of them have at least some little thing that I would want to do. So we'll come back to that in 10 minutes and we'll take second place. All right. Grab these milestones real fast. Oh, I'm falling behind a World Warrior, man. Pass me. All right. All right. Duly noted. Duly noted, Mortys. It's massive amounts of damage, Alex. I have one-shotted a 7 red star Shuri before with Corvus Glaive. I have, you know, there's if you got a 7 red star DPS, they can really do some impressive things sometimes if you have them set up correctly. Offense downs, defense, or offense ups, defense downs, that kind of thing. All right. Okay, and then let's go spend our energy. So we are working on city characters still. We've got 3 city characters into Dark Dimension now. That noise is fireworks. It is the 4th of July here in the United States, and so people are celebrating outside my house. All right, so I don't want to farm any more of these. So we're just going to go back to farming stuff we can use, including stuff that'll give us chimichangas. Because some more fireworks orbs would not be unwelcome. Now I'm just going to back out of here. I'm going to go to campaigns and work my way back from Nexus, and I should be able to quickly find a node or two that has something that I would care to have, like say these. And I didn't get a whole lot of catalysts out of this, but I did get some tasty chimichangas, which are making me hungry. I have some leftover barbecue from this afternoon. I'm going to jump on as soon as this stream is over with. I completely agree, Mr. Holloway. America.
For real times a million, buddy.
Okay, so that's going to get us moved on to war. Let's take a look at how we look in the war. So we're behind, but we're not in a bad position at all. We need to finish off armory. No, I didn't spend any money on fireworks today. And welcome back to the stream, not me again. Welcome back to the stream. I did not spend any money on fireworks. I kind of, you know, I got excited about that kind of stuff when I was younger. Now, like, I'll go to a show and watch some fireworks, but, you know, this year with COVID, like, nobody's wanting to do that. So, yeah, no, I didn't spend a single dollar on. I spent some money on firework orbs. That's about as close as I got. Okay, so let's see here. We've got 2 tough teams here that could stand to be moved off the board. Let's see. I've got a total of 6 attacks I could make. Let's see about setting this up with Baxos. Oh, Soylent Green's going after one. Never mind. Let's set this up with Baxos then. And I'll just send somebody in here to die and take down that boost. Will basically be their goal. So I'm not taking any characters that are too strong, just like a 70k Wakanda team. And I would swap your view over and let you see this, but they're going to go down really fast. And that's the goal. All I really want them to do is eat up that boost and cause the enemy to use as many of their good ultimate abilities as possible, particularly that opening strike that Coulson uses. I'm down to 2. They'll be gone pretty soon. There we go. Okay, so now as soon as this cooldown's over, we're going to send one of our teams in and try to finish that off. It's getting dark outside now, so the They've been holding their ammo for dark so they could see them better. I should have changed that Wakanda Flex title. That's not what we're doing tonight. But I was in a rush. I was running behind getting this thing going. And I skipped this morning because of the holiday. I had to get stuff ready for a barbecue. So I'm kind of, forgive me if I'm a little out of sorts. All right, so let's go get this. Let's go get this Coulson team. All right, now who do we want to take them out with? We have a number of possibilities. It's only 316. So I don't want to go too ham on them, or 318, excuse me. But I am going to need to make sure I am unsure which team would be the best solution for this. We can try our brawlers. It's a little more of a risk, but it's a little less of a punch down. Yeah, let's do that. So this is not really necessarily a great matchup versus Shield. I think either one of those would be a good choice, not me again. Me personally, I'm holding all of my promotion credits for the meta team that will keep me on top of Arena. So I'm kind of waiting on more Black Order characters to show up there. And I got a good number saved up now, and I figure by the time I finish DD3, I'll have a lot more. So I'm going to try to get those Black Order characters as jacked towards 7 red stars as I can get them, is kind of my plan. But Sinister for offense, I guess. I would probably go Black Bolt over Sinister. He's more useful across more game modes. Hopefully this can finish off Medic. There we go. We got a pretty good chance now. So let's clear that taunt. And we're going to want to try to get Coulson out of here now. He's the guy that's going to hurt us the worst. So we're going to hit him with this ultimate and put these debuffs on him. Try to take him out as quick as possible. He doesn't have his pocket reser now. Alright, keep working these guys down with splash damage. There we go, there goes that. Now hopefully we can get Gamora on a tear here. Absolutely we can. And then we'll follow that up with Nick, who's really who we want to take out next. Alright. And so this is actually not a great matchup, and I really would not regularly suggest that you send brawlers against a Coulson Shield team, because that's a damn good defensive team. But we had softened them up a hair, and it was still like a 60k punch down. So it's going to work out okay. It's going to work out okay. It looks like we froze up, but we're going to work through it. So that team got...
Riggedy wrecked, son!
Because we set them up for exactly that effect. Alright, so that opens up Barracks. And I'm looking at G-Man and Commander... I'm not saying that out loud. And Commander, not saying out loud, is 5'1". G-Man is 5'8". So those guys are pretty beefy. So here's what we're going to do now. We're going to start backfilling. Since we have the 2 big rooms that we really want to take down up, I would rather do this with medbay down, but we're going to have to go through Barracks to get to medbay. I'm almost willing to bet it's over here in this bottom corner. So let's just get to work on the big points. Since it's getting toward the end of the night, we can always peel back for something later if we need to. And really, honestly, I'd like to just fill these big points and then maybe hit Flight Deck 1 and 2 because they got a lot of easy teams in there. That really we won't need any of the buff rooms down for to be able to take. So since we've already got this Kango Man started, I'm going to call this to the Mortys. We're going to call this out real fast. And let's get that bridge down, which should get us right back in this. Now we just pulled ahead. All right, we just pulled even by dropping Armory. That's going to weaken their attacks. And I'm not going to swap to my defense because I don't want to show that off for the internet. But right now, they haven't even really started our difficult rooms. So hopefully, you know, hopefully we'll be situated in a good position for this war, which is really, we're in a state of flux. I got one member that didn't get to put a defense in here in time. I got another member that's completely gone. Two members, in fact, that didn't get back in time to form a defense. So we're in a bit of a state of flux on roster right now. So if we're not really got a lot of expectation for this war, but it really does look like we have a good chance regardless. Even though we're punching up to a gold 3 team, we're hanging with these guys, and it's probably because they're having personnel issues as well. It's a holiday in the States, and it's just hard to get everybody here for that kind of day. So looking at the bridge, there's some good teams there. I can't do that event, Alex. I already have Invisible Woman max. That event does not even show up for me. So that's not really anything on my radar. I'm not even worried about that. I have Invisible Woman at 7 stars, and that I'm done with that. Right? Got a pretty good Fantastic Four all around. But I'm definitely done with Invisible Woman. Good character. You know, not really like top tier as far as I'm concerned, as far as legendaries go, because she's not gonna really put you on top of arena meta. But she is a good stand-in for Yo-Yo with good arena teams. So I think from this point here, we just need to go ahead and knock out what raid matches that we have to do here. We got a little bit of a milestone to pick up. And let me get Baxos in here so we can both go through this together. All right, so looking at the strike raid, I'm gonna, is this 1? Yeah, it's 1. I'm gonna get Baxos in here and join him up and get him started down this lane that nobody's taking. Meanwhile, we'll pull up here to where we're at and keep rolling. And Mystic Tech, I think I will do I think for that I'll do an Asgardotron. I don't know what you'd call this. But this usually handles the nodes pretty well. To complete the entire SSM event, that'd be hard to say. I don't know how far off you are, and I mean it's gonna be like what, 2 million a day roughly for every day that it takes you. I mean, it'd be hard for me to judge that, man. I'm gonna go pretty hard on it. I think I'm a little short on him. I'll have to check. Maybe I did finish him and I'm not remembering. Great character. We'll get a look. I'll tell you what, I'll do another Dark Dimension run, and we'll get a look at him. I've got him, Ghost Rider, and Punisher in Dark Dimension 3 right now. But yeah, it'd be a lot of gold, man. On my best day, I cannot max out that milestone every day without buying gold orbs. It's just, I can't do it. It's just not possible. I mean, even if I'm blitzing all day long, I'm not bringing in that much gold. And I'm not saying I haven't ever bought some gold orbs. I have. You know, like some of those character event, you know, like the Coulson event. I bought all kind of gold orbs to get through that. I wanted that 7-star Coulson. Same thing for Captain Marvel, you know, things like that. But I don't know necessarily I'm going to do that here. Symbiote Spider-Man is as good or better a character than all of those. But I might actually, let's have a look-see. I might actually have him finished. I do have them finished. So since this is a bio node, let's just go ahead and take our symbiotes. That's going to be our best bet. Punisher's okay. I don't think he's that great a choice. He comes in and he does some decent damage, and then he dies. Right? He gets the ultimate off. That does okay, but after that, not so much. No, I wouldn't agree with you there, Alex. Really, the thing with Punisher is he was just cheap to get in there compared to other characters. So I'm just glad to have another warm body in there, basically. Because, Ghost Rider going in there by himself was not working out very well. Like, at all. At all. Well, what we're talking about, Alex, is a milestone for the Symbiote Spider-Man event that's gonna require like 2 million gold every day. So having 1 million is not as much as you think it is. I actually have like 16 million on my alt. I'm kind of just waiting to throw in there. Welcome back to the stream, Nick's Games. Glad to have you back, sir. Got a lot of fireworks going on right outside the house. My next door neighbors over here, looks like they got half their family there with them. They're all shooting fireworks. If it's making the audio difficult, then we'll just wrap this up and do it another night. It's a holiday. Yes, sir. I am currently ranked like 85 in the overall power boards, and I do have an alt. My brother started playing this game with me when I first started playing, and back right around the time COVID hit, he just didn't have the time to play anymore, and I couldn't find anybody to basically recruit to take his spot in our alliance, so I just started playing his account, and since then I've been playing it, for the last, I guess 4 months. It's a free-to-play account. It's a little over 4 million. My main account here back is 10.4 million. And we're ranking... Oh, I got knocked down to 88. There's a lot of people buying characters. Happy 4th of July, Nick. So I'm 88 out of 100. I'm barely in the top 100. Well, I've been in the 80s for close to a year. So it doesn't move that drastically one way or the other. But yeah, I do have an alt account that I probably will shelve one day as we get more recruits into Mortytown. But for right now, he's pretty useful, and it's better than having nobody in that spot. So that's all we needed on that. We got raids done. So let's go do that DD3 while I finish up raiding on the alt. I'm gonna have to heal. This is gonna cost me some cores, but I want to get some more progress done on this second node of city, and then we got 2 more after this. What's up, Mike? Welcome to the stream, buddy. Welcome back, I should say. So here's our team, right? What I did was I went into Blitz, and I put this team together, and then I got rid of 2 characters so that I could have these characters all spread out on a saved team. That way they're not adjacent to each other, and it kind of cuts down on splash damage is essentially the thought there. So I'm going to spend 300 cores, get all 3 of these guys back up, and we're going to take another run through here. So hello to everybody just jumping into the stream. My name's Vac. We're playing some Marvel Strike Force. Welcome to Mortytown TV.
I love Morty, and I hope Morty loves me. I'd like to wrap my arms around him and feel him inside me. Oh crap!
I need to watch that show more. So if you have the biomats to raise the other two symbiotes, then they're great. They would be the best thing for City. The problem is that, yeah, I mean, they all take the same rare materials. You know, a couple of the Black Order members need them as well, so that puts me in a crunch. So I just needed a mystic character like Ghost Rider and a skill character like Punisher to go along with Symbiote Spider-Man, because raising another bio character was just not in my means at this moment. All right, so we're going to lay a little damage in, bleed all those guys up. We definitely want to get Johnny Storm out of here. He's going to do a lot of damage, and plus he's adjacent to a lot of people, so we can do more damage that way. And then our next priority target is going to have to be Shuri. She doesn't res anybody, but she is a fantastic healer who has a 2-turn defense up on the group. Okay. Well then, yeah, the 3 symbiotes are incredible. I mean, they're the best raid team I have by far. All right, so who do we want to go after now? I think now we should probably go ahead and get Killmonger, which drops in more people, which is regrettable. Looks like a JJ, a Quake. Oh, they're hitting Punisher hard. They're hitting Punisher hard. I'm going to go right at this Quake. Yeah, I have Medic's passive heal maxed out, yes. Let's see now. Let's go get this Mr. Fantastic and knock him down a peg. There we go. Now the hope is that they don't kill Ghost Rider first, because it wastes a lot of damage. Now that's good. See, now thing gets hit. Oh man, this is not good. Okay, so we're gonna hit this left side, finish off that Mr. Fantastic, bleed up the rest of them. Of course, she's of course gonna get rid of all those bleeds, but let's just throw a little extra more damage in before they start basically just knocking Symbiote Spider-Man right out of this. I mean, he's a really strong character that has self-heals and can really sustain for a while, but against, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 characters hitting him, before he can, it's just not going to work out for him in the long term. But we're going to do what we can. Quake's going to hit us with the offense now. That's pretty much going to wrap it up there, I think. Yeah, there we go. So there we go. We made a little progress. We killed a couple more. We'll get back on it again tomorrow, because that's just how DD3 works. I'm not going to spend $1,000 to go, run through this in one day. It's not happening. If I spend that kind of money on this game, which I rarely ever do, I've dropped a couple hundred at a time here and there, but it was always for arena meta characters like Black Order, Black Bolt, Yo-Yo, characters like that. Characters that made cores for me. Oh, well, congratulations, Alex. Crystal is a great character. Pretty useful in arena. You don't see her as much. But great character. Her team, the Inhumans, are fantastic. I love using them on War Offense. And speaking of War Offense, let's go ahead and have a look at the War again. Yeah, Amelia, we can do that. We can do that. So we're still tied up. Nothing's moved here. We might even be able to take. We can take the alt and maybe everything's good. Everything's good. So we'll take the alt and we'll move them into the war and get something done there. Let me see what actually I got him. He's actually losing timing out on a damn node over here because I had his window covered. But yeah, okay, we'll get that done. Let me pull up OBS. We will swap this over to Baxos. And here you go, Emilio. Here's Baxos losing because he's timing out because I got distracted. All right, so there we go. Come back to that. He's out of energy anyway. That was the last he could do. Okay, so we'll get back on Alt 7 in a minute with both characters. So for now, let's take this is Baxos, right? He's 4 million total collection power. His roster looks much like this. He uses BKT plus Ultron and Arena right now. I'm working on getting him a Phoenix. And in fact, he'll get at least a 6-star Phoenix the next time she comes around. Hopefully 7. But we're not quite there yet. So yeah, he's somewhere middle level of the progression. My whale is 10 million. My free-to-play is 4. So let's take him into the war. And let's see if maybe he can't do some damage to one of these teams that we're facing. We'll take that BKT of his. And we'll see if we can't overpower this Wakanda. Because we do have, it's going to be a good punch down. But we're not going to bother taking down the boost, so we're powering through buffs. They have a defense up. They're going to have deflects. So the biggest strength of this BKT team is their opening salvo, and so they're going to be negated in no small part during this fight. But I'm hoping that if we can keep Minerva alive, which they seem to be trying to really wreck. If we can keep Minerva alive, then we could probably sustain through this if we can manage to kill Shuri. That was not the greatest start. But I still think we're still in this. We're going to get a taunt up on Thanos. Keep working Shuri. I'm going to give everybody a defense up and a death proof. One of the best things about Groot, that and the damage that he adds to Rocket. Speaking of Rocket's damage, that should eat through a lot of those deflects. The counters are hurting him pretty bad, but we can bring him back if they get him down. All right, so we still have an ult here somehow. Must have been energy regeneration. So now we got M'Baku in our way, which is not great. Because this team does lack a reliable buff strip. I'm just going to go ahead and dish some damage with the big guy because that ult does not do much unless you have some debuffs to cleanse. Then it's really good. Let's get some energy generation going on here. Hopefully we can knock out another ultimate on Rocket if he doesn't die. But he's still kicking. We're doing good. All right, there's the tank down. They have no res on this team. So now we're mostly working the clock. All right, so there with my Rocket. We'll heal up on Thanos. Let's see if the big guy here can maybe help get her down. I was hoping for more damage out of that. But we're not going to let up on Shuri. And thankfully her heal is still on recharge, so we might have a pretty good opportunity right here to get her off the board. Ah, so close, but I think we can finish her there. There we go. So once again, some more defense up and death proofs. We're going to go right at Black Panther and reapply taunt to Thanos. And then let's try to get Black Panther off the board. There we go. Not going to be a whole lot of health to drain there, but it will be 10% of his life. We'll see if we can blind him. That should give us 2 turns to wear him down and solidify the win. There we go. Yes, this is my free-to-play account that you're looking at here. Baxos, free-to-play, VAC, big-time whale. yeah, mid-range whale. There are bigger whales for sure. But yeah, Baxos is my free-to-play account. He's been playing about as long as Vac, right? Like maybe a couple of weeks to a month after at most. Yeah, Wakanda got
Riggedy wrecked, son!
okay. So what else have we got here? I don't have any energy left, and we're not going to have any more energy until it regenerates because this is the free-to-play account. So we're going to let that sit. We'll check back in with Vac later. I like to save if I don't have to spend any attacks. I'll save as much as I can. I'm glad you like that, Nick. Emilio, this actually is my brother's account, and he and I formed this alliance at the same time together. I was in a newbie guild, like, you know, they put you automatically into a guild when you turn level 20, and I had just gotten into a newbie guild, and my brother started playing. And so then we both ended up in separate newbie guilds. So after we'd been playing a good 6 months, we were like, hey, let's leave these terrible guilds and start our own. And I had some other real life friends from out of town that had come in to visit us, and they were like, that game's really cool, we want to play that too. And so they started playing with us, and then we had some other friends that we used to game with back in the day, like Twerp and them guys, you know, and then they came to play with us. And so next thing you know, I got almost an entire alliance full of people that I know in real life, friends, family, that kind of thing. People that I've been gaming with for 10 years. And some of those people have moved on down the road since. A lot of them are still around. And I have a lot of good guys that I've picked up and recruited and met since. But to answer your question, because I'm getting off topic, I have no doubt that it has helped this free-to-play account to be in a good alliance the whole time. There's no doubt that when I got into this, I started skyrocketing because I wasn't making good progress in my newbie account, in my newbie guild. I don't know if anybody was making good progress in their newbie alliance. Hell, half the people don't even freaking raid. I mean, it's pretty pathetic, the one I was in. So getting in an alliance with 24 or at least 20 plus players who kind of know what they're doing and are all pulling in the same direction has a massive effect on your daily progress, no doubt about it. So yeah, I mean, if that's one of the things you're doing, if you're a newer free-to-play player, you got a long road ahead of you because, you know, you kind of started 2 years too late. The best free-to-play players are the guys that started, the strongest at least free-to-play players are the guys who started back when the game began, because timing matters, right? So there's no doubt that if this character had ended up in a lower, smaller alliance, he probably would be. He probably would be lower. I don't think he might be 3 million, you know, something like that. I could only guess. I really don't know. But there is no doubt that finding yourself in a good alliance is a huge part of making good progress in this game. And in fact, I mean, I kind of hold back my progress, right? I could go to a bigger alliance and earn more every day, but I'd have to leave my friends behind, and I'm just, you know, I'd have to leave my family behind, and I'm just not willing to do that. So I willingly allow my progress to be gated. But if you're just in a group of people you don't know and they're not getting a whole lot done for you, then yeah, you know, you might want to shop yourself around to a better alliance. So this account, my free-to-play, is really not that high in Arena. When I took over for him, he didn't even have an Ultron. So now we have an Ultron, and he's ranked 350, but I can get him up into the 200s sometimes when I push really hard, but he doesn't stay there long. He really needs a Phoenix, right? And so we're working on that. We're working on a Phoenix. We're going to have a Phoenix next time she comes around. We're going to have a Black Bolt next time Black Bolt comes around. So we're working on it, but he still needs some help. He still needs some rare characters to really propel him into the upper ranges of Arena. And we're going to get there on him, but today's not his day. He's still building. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead. And if you have any other questions about the free-to-play account, go ahead and shoot them out, Emilio. I can see you're interested, and I'm glad to answer anything you got. let me pick up what I have left to grab on them, and then unless you got something else you'd like to see, I'm going to swap back over to Vac, and we'll do some blitzing. All right, we're going to hold on to that Ultimus orb. I like seeing Reds, my guildmate Reds, pushing some good stuff. Upgrades to Yo-Yo and Sinister. You know, honestly, if you'll see here, I actually am really bad about letting gold accumulate on him. I really should spend some of this gold, so thank you for reminding me. I have 16 million gold here. So what I'm going to do is one of the teams that I've been working on him lately is power. I've been trying to spread them out. I do a defense team, then I do an offense team. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this offense team of his, and I'm going to give him some levels. Because he has a ridiculous sum of money that's been kind of accumulating. Scott, well, basically they're about to redo Ultimus orbs, and they're going to have an Ultimus tab in the store, and so everything's going to change on that. And I think they're going to add new stuff in the orb. So it's probably in all of our best interest to wait until they change things before we open up what we have. By the way, which one of my Mortys are you? I can't remember. Thank you, Emilio. Thank you. All right, so let's see. Who else we got left? Iron Man. Queso. My man. Spicy Queso. Dude, you're awesome. Queso was one of the first. Kind of strangers to just join up with the Mortys, and he's been with us ever since. Just come in out of nowhere, a producer from day one. This guy's been getting it done for Mortytown. He's really up there on my wall of legends. Okay, so we need to find now our. Here he is, Vision, and we're gonna give him 10 levels. If we have enough, I think we do, yeah. So there we go. So now we got our whole power armor team. What is this? Oh, I only had enough to get him to 67. I need some more training mats. Okay, so I ran out of training mats, but we'll swing back around and we'll get him again. Now, there's nothing that happened to my Ironheart necessarily on this account. I have one. I've opened her, but I don't consider her to be high enough stars and high enough in power. 2 stars. I'm not even going to bother putting that character on a team until she's at least 4. That's just too weak to see anything but the bench. So we got some achievements here. Spending some gold. That's our orb we're saving. So there we go. Okay, that's that. So I'm going to go ahead and swap your view back over to the big guy who's staring at the war, but doesn't have a whole lot he wants to do there. Either one of those teams would be a fairly substantial punch down for the teams that I have left. So I'm going to keep my powder dry. I'm going to let the Mortys handle this, and if I have to, I'll wait till morning and then knock out all of my attacks there in the last minute. But for now, we'll just let that ride. We'll let that ride. We don't want to get on those teams. It would be kind of a waste. So we'll get back out here to the main page and see what we got left that could be entertaining for the rest of the night. What do I have left to get done? I think I definitely need to do some blitzing. I don't need to. In fact, I don't need to do this at all, really. But this is a really good time for us to play with our X-Force team. Did I pass them? I think I just passed them. There they are. Okay. So let's see how they do against the base Guardians. This will be a team they'll see on defense, and I suspect they're going to roll this team fine. The pretty good-looking team. We know they can take down Asgard. I personally have not had luck against Mercs, but I only fought them once, and at the time, a couple of our characters were very low-powered. So we're getting them up a little closer. Yeah, I didn't really get them from challenges, Emilio. I can explain that. Yeah, sometimes people see those blitz charges and they go a little crazy looking at that. Basically, I have a video on YouTube called "Wailing Out on a Budget" that kind of explains this. I'm a big proponent. Like, if you're going to spend any money, it should go toward energy. And so, first and foremost, that should go towards 600 cores a day, roughly. Okay, not me again. Thanks for coming by, buddy. Have a good dinner, sir. 600 cores a day, roughly, on energy. But what I also do myself, jeez, let's get that taunt down. What I do myself is I buy a heck of a lot of energy bundles, right? So that means I buy endless energy. I buy, all the energy bundles. Anything that's got energy, I buy it. And a lot of those bundles, I'm really only looking to get the energy myself. But it comes with a lot of other stuff a lot of times. Endless energy especially has a lot of little things tacked on. And a lot of times, in almost every endless energy bundle, they give you a heck of a lot of blitz credits. Well, I don't have to blitz that hard very often. Like right now, this is a Captain America blitz. I've had Captain America maxed out for well over a year, so there's no need for me to really do much in this blitz. So I'm not going to spend a lot of credits typically. So they just stack up. And the thing is that when you buy a bundle, the stuff that comes with that bundle will take you over the maximum. So when you're opening up your challenge, that will not take you over the maximum. If you're maxed out on blitz charges, it just gives you gold instead. But if you buy an offer that has blitz charges included, it will take you above that maximum. And so I've been over the maximum most of my playtime. So over 2 years, I've just managed to accumulate. I was up to like 70,000 at one point, and I spent a whole lot of them for that Unity event. A lot of them. So anyway, let's do a little slicing and dicing right on Mantis's head. Anyway, I hope that makes sense, Amelia. All right, we're gonna be right back at Drax, but we can clear that. This should maybe finish off Drax. Yeah, there we go. Hopefully this will take Mantis off the field. Not even close. Not even close. But we'll get her. This is pretty much a foregone conclusion now. Excellent. I'm very happy, Mr. Ortiz. So yeah, that's basically it. I wailed harder. I really do when I spend my money, I'm mostly spending it either on energy or on characters that I think will get me ahead in arena, right? So I spent money on characters like Black Bolt. I spent money on characters like Yo-Yo. And I spent money on Black Order. But they've all kept me at number 1 in arena, or at least top 3, where I'm earning a great deal of cores every day. And that's sort of, I don't necessarily know that they paid me back yet, but it does mitigate the cost. All right, so now we've about got this wrapped up. We can just autoplay that. Although Groot is just so difficult to wear down sometimes. He's obstinate, we'll say. He's just hard to freaking kill is what he is. Okay, so let's see who else we can drag up for these guys. One more fight with them, and then we're going to bail out. I don't need to do a whole lot of blitzing. Pretty much the same fight. Nah. So let's see here. This is another team that they'll see a lot. Punfenders, pretty standard on most people's defenses, and they usually have them pretty beefy, right? So this is going to be well over 100. It's 140K punch up. And I'm curious to see if they can go up that high. That's a big punch up, right? Like, I'm pretty sure they're going to be able to punch across on nearly any defensive team you're going to face, right? Now, after seeing Casino, you know, and OMG take apart, now theirs are a little harder, a little stronger than mine. I didn't wail out that much. Take it easy, Alex. Enjoy your meal, sir. So I didn't wail out as much as they did on them, or maybe I just didn't get as lucky on stars. I got no idea, really. We're going to ability block Punisher so that he does not on us for an extra turn. There we go. Love it. Now we're going to heal block. This should help us out. All right. We're going to charge up Cable. I love it when they go after DP. So hopefully this will get him at least close to dead. It does. And we're going to save our special. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get Punisher nice and softened, since he's got heal blocks anyway. And let's get him off the... Oh, come on. That didn't kill him. I really would like to get him off the board before he does his ultimate on us. So a little high-speed hacky sack. We'll finish him off with Deadpool. There we go. Now we're looking good. Now we're looking good. So this was a massive punch-up. And most teams punching up 140K wouldn't do good against anybody. But this team is holding its own. We just lost Negasonic, and it's still not over yet by far. But I love that they've mostly got Deadpool damaged. I really hope they finish him off, because that'll pretty much heal him. So how beefy is this Daredevil? Let's get a look. Oh, he's got a 6 red star. Well, we'll just ability block him. We'll charge up again. Since we get a special, we'll drop his taunt. I should have held it for that, to be quite honest. And that might be, that's on me. That's on me. So with a little more slicing and dicing. I wish they'd come after Deadpool. I wish they'd come after Deadpool. So we're wearing him down, but he's going to re-heal. There you go. Kill that Deadpool. There you go. He's just going to heal right back. Come on, Cable. Come on, Cable. This maybe will kill. Nah. Oh, the dodge. Oh, the dodge. Well, this should surely get him. She gets a lot of bonus attacks. Man, he's just beefy. All right. So let's put a disrupt. Nope, not gonna happen. It's easy to get resisted when you're punching up this far. Like so, right? Beef Devil, I know, right? All right, so that got rid of that taunt. Oh, that's bad. They got our domino. I really need this damn Daredevil to die. He's 7 red stars. He's 7 red stars. I think that basic will get him. Let's see if we can't get JJ off the field with a good 1-2-3 combo. That did it. And now we just got to work down Luke. So we might pull this off after all, even with the hefty punch up. I think this is going to end up, they still need some work. Mine needs some work still. But I do think this is going to end up being, if not a top 3 war offense, then probably pretty close to it. Like, are they going to be as good as Inhumans and Black Order? Probably not. But they probably are going to be good enough to counter most of the meta defense teams. And so that's pretty important. That's pretty important. So we're glad to see that. They also do well against these guys, Asgard, because they have so many abilities that assassinate right through stealth. You know, X-23's ability goes right through stealth, and if she's on the field, then Deadpool's assassinate ability also goes right through stealth. And so this is a team here that is always, you get them half dead and they stealth on you, That's going to be really important for countering those big, dangerous Asgard teams. So anyway, I am pretty much content on Blitz there. I'm going to save the rest of my charges. And don't think it's going to leave me with anything left except U7, which we have just a few nodes left to do. I'm going to grab Baxos and carry him in there as well. He has a few more. And all I really need to do at this point is I'm going to just finish this lane. I got 2 nodes left to go, and then we'll be at Ultimus there. So we're just going to, you know, probably don't even need to do it to get the 60%, but I want to be pushing 100 as fast as I can, so we might as well full clear the lane and develop good habits now. Beef Devil. All right, let's just go right at that energy generator over there. Sounds like a damn war outside, but that's the 4th of July. That's the 4th of July. All you can do is just be cool about it, man. You just gotta, you know.
Oh yeah, you gotta get swifty. You gotta get swifty in here.
Oh, don't kill my Minerva. There you go, Shuri. Save Minerva. Oh. No. That's bad. We might still be able to finish the node, but it's bad all around. Black Bolt is so incredible. I love it when he does that. So Minerva in this setup, Minerva is as much just you know, kind of insurance as anything, and so she's there in case somebody else stumbles on the job. But sometimes she'll be the one to stumble, and these guys just pull right on through fine without her. Shuri is really doing the majority of the healing and the buffing anyway, and so sometimes that happens. Sometimes Minerva goes down, and it's like they barely even notice. And I could, on a lot of these nodes, swap Minerva out for a DPS, and it would probably work fairly well. Probably work fairly well. So let's finish up this last node. I'm going to keep Baxos rolling. He's not going to get all the way to the end of the lane, but he is going to be able to clear a few more nodes. All right, so I really have more luck here when I go straight at Captain Marvel and get her off the board. Then I get the big guy. And a lot of it is, who does she hit first, right? If she goes after Shuri or Minerva first, we might have a bad time. But losing Ultron, that we can live with. He's just going to bring himself right back. So we need to keep pushing Captain Marvel, because she's self-healing every turn. So we need to keep the pressure on. And we're getting there. That's probably got her there. She's probably a dead man walking now. But definitely there. I kind of wasted that. All right, so now we wear down the big guy, and we see where this goes from here. Oh my gosh. Give me 1 second. And we're back. Okay, so almost done with this node. It's kind of just pedantic after you get rid of Captain Marvel and the big guy. That's really the most dangerous section of this particular node. But this Falcon can wreck you sometimes. This Falcon can wreck you. You got to be careful with him. But we know somebody's going to clear that taunt in a second, and we'll get on him. There we go. Get him started. Keeping everybody topped off. This team is just fantastic for being very low maintenance. Might have to do, I mean, a lot of times they'll get you through a node really without ever having to touch it. You just hit autoplay and walk away. They're more efficient, of course, if you come through and select targets at a bare minimum. But even that's not always necessary, particularly the early half of the U7 raid. It's not that difficult. Not that difficult for these guys. Jesus. Shaking my whole house. I feel like I probably need to go out and take the hose and spray down my roof. My favorite part of this holiday is barbecuing, nice sunny day with family, see the kids running around, have a hot dog. The fireworks I could really care about. I don't really care at all about that. All right, so it looks like Red's moving the ball in bridge. Dropping boost at least. We should get somebody else to move the ball, I hope. And now Ultima 7 has been
Riggedy wrecked, son!
largely autoplayed it. Largely autoplayed it. 32 million. We'll hang our laurels on that. And we'll see what we look like in the morning. So let's see here. What have I got here for milestones? That put me back ahead of sweet. We still need to do one more arena attack and get ourselves to second place. Now, as I often talk about on this stream, what was on the menu today? Okay, so I did not, I didn't eat myself sick, but I did have a hell of a lot of pork chops. And I had a burger, had bratwurst dogs. We had a lot on the menu today. Skillet corn. It was a big spread. It was a big spread. My mama is one of them quintessential Southern mamas, man. She just constantly cooking. You'll come over and there'll be 4 of us, and she'll cook enough to feed an army. I got half my fridge is packed with food. I'm gonna go get a plate when I get done here. So anyway, let's go to arena. All right, so now we're at 3rd place, and as I was starting to say a minute ago, I often speak in this stream and on my channel about arena. I just released a video maybe earlier today, maybe yesterday. I think yesterday, in fact. And basically at this level of competition, I don't like to sit at number 1 this far out from the rewards. You can see that we're 19 hours away from rewards being handed out, and for me, sitting at number 1 that whole time is a sucker's game, because nobody's going to come get me, right? I got like a 500K Black Order team. Those guys aren't going to come get me until the last minute. And that's really the best way to do it, is you linger somewhere in that top 5, and then right at when there's like 6 minutes left, you hit them, right? And you try to time it where you finish them with less than a minute left on the clock. Bam, single, number one place is yours. I did this from my mom's earlier, eating a burger and a hot dog, right? Just log in real quick at the appropriate moment, fight one fight, get your points, get your 500 cores, right? If I hadn't gotten in and done that, and maybe I just concentrated on family and hot dogs, I still would have been in third place or something like that, and still would have earned a good amount of cores. But I like to sit somewhere near the top and then snipe number one at the last minute. So in the spirit of that, we could go for number one right now, but we're not going to. We're just going to hit unclouded here. And these are the three guys that tend to rule my arena shard are Lucky, Unclouded, and me. Lucky has a 450k Black Order team. We're basically the three guys in my arena shard that have Black Order, right? Or a good one at least. He's got 450k, Unclouded has 460, and mine is just over 500, right? And we're the three guys that are constantly competing for these top three spots. So right now, I'm going to go hit Unclouded. We'll get a little Black Order on Black Order action. And hopefully I'll just sit in that second place spot until time to hit number one tomorrow. Although, if Unclouded wants to trade with me back and forth and help me get my 5 arena attacks in so that I can get up the World Warrior score, I'm good with that too. But what I'm not going to do is take number one from Lucky right now and then sit there for the next 18 hours until somebody knocks me down to 5th in the last minute. That's a fool's game. I'm not doing that. So we're going to hit the left side of their formation, where all the squishies are. All right. He's going to flip, right? I'm going to make sure, well, no, I can't. So I'll hit them with my offense downs. We got one on Corvus, and that was the main thing. So this will not land on Thanos, or matter of fact, yeah, let's just go ahead and use it. James L, thank you for the sub, sir. Appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. Hope you're in here. You may not be in the live stream, I don't know, but in any case, here's looking at you, man. Appreciate you. So I'm gonna flip all these buffs back now, and this is really critical in a Black Order versus Black Order fight. He who flips last flips best, right? So now I got all buffs. He's got mostly debuffs. Things are really in my favor at this point. Nice to see you, James. We really appreciate you subbing, buddy. We've only been up and off the ground here about a month. I'm kind of just like a part-timer at this YouTube thing. I got a full-time job. I got a career, right? I'm not quitting that, but I'm going to try to produce as much good content as I can. And I certainly don't mind pointing a camera at me while I play, because I was playing all this Marvel Strike Force before, so I might as well record it, right? Alex, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed your dinner, sir. BO versus BO is a battle of the Titans, and really does often come down to who gets the last buff flip, right? It's very important. So now what we're really hanging on here is are we going to be able to stay alive long enough to get this heal off? And now we're in pretty good shape as far as this fight goes. I'm going to slow this down because I like to play this. I like to play this at regular speed. Just throw that moon on him. It's even better when you get to do the snap, but he doesn't do that much damage with it. It's very rare that he just wipes out a whole team. Good Lord. All right, so this is probably going to go ahead and hit call. Yep. Then we'll hit him with the power couple. Love their basics. Their basics, the way they assist on each other, is incredible. All right, love Thanos' empowered basic as well. A basic that hits 3 people with that much damage is just, too good. And so now it's just pretty much all academic from here. We're just going to use the power couple to wind down Thanos. And there's our number 2 spot in arena. As far as that, honestly, James, I would go Maw first, because it's really he doesn't really have enough focus to always land his really any of his stuff, but most importantly, his ability block that he puts on controllers. Although we all know it's for Phoenix. His Phoenix counter does not work as well at low stars. In fact, it's almost nothing, right? It's almost a non-factor. So honestly, I have a 7 red star Corvus, and I really wished I'd gotten a 7 red star Maw instead, to be honest. But any of them would be good. Thanos would be a great choice. Any of them would be good. So we're gonna let Lucky have that top spot, right? We're gonna hang out at number 2. Hopefully when I wake up in the morning, Unclouded will have hit us again and we'll be at number 3. And then we can just trade with Unclouded throughout the morning and the day. And then right before the rewards are calculated, pow, we come back and we get Lucky and we get that number 1 spot. He can have it all day long. I just want it when the rewards are calculated, right? That's my theory. That's how I do this. But yeah, Maul would be a good choice. So let's see now. Let's go check the war. Looks like Red's been in there doing some work. Fantastic. Fantastic. So let's see who I have that can maybe clear this shield team off the board. I have a number of teams, but I'm probably going to have to go with a pretty good one to get these guys. I've already used my Blackwater today. We ran up on a Blackwater team on defense earlier, and I just went ahead and used them to clear them. So what we could do is we can definitely clear these guys with Inhumans, but I kind of hate to use them. We could take a chance on Power Armor. I've heard people say they do better. But that's never been a good matchup in my mind, so I'm not in love with it. Yeah, it's understandable, Mike. I get that, man. So, but I would like to clear it. I would like to clear it. So, yeah, we'll just have to punch down. We'll just have to do something like that. We'll still have a lot of good teams left. So, let's do that. Let's take Inhumans in there. It's like an 80k punch down. This should just be a rout. And even though this is a good team and this is not the greatest counter for them, Inhumans is just good enough to pretty much take anybody when it comes right down to it. The hardest part is all that damage they open up with. Now what I want to do is I want to start from one end and I want to spread some slows. Alright, and then basically we're going to be AEing everything, so their ability to taunt does not matter as much. And essentially what this team does is it just sets up Yo-Yo. Everybody on this team, sets up Black Bolt. Everybody on this team is designed to just set up Black Bolt. They AE, they wear down people's health bars, and then they set Black Bolt up. You know, they're just there to do damage to everybody and get as many people as possible to under 25%. Let's see about putting that disrupt on the tank so that we can attack other people now. And there we go. So we're getting to the setup Black Bolt phase of the program, including this, which should set up a few more Black Bolt attacks, and then this, which should set up a few more, and then we just finish off Fury and this is over. And easy peasy, there you go. One less roadblock in Mortytown's way. Now that was a good punch down, and I hated to do it, but that's the bridge, right? I mean, I don't mind coming down a little hard on the bridge. We got to make sure we get rid of that. That's probably where they have some of their tougher people. I'm kind of glad I did it now, looking at that. We don't need my 400k Inhumans to take down 150k Hydra. We need it in Inhumans, but we have some Inhumans on the squad somewhere else with another Morty that are a little more equal in power range, that are a better fit for that. So I can actually feel pretty confident in calling it there. And so I'll be back in the morning with somewhere in the area of 6 or 7 attacks. Let me see here. I can be back in the morning. I have logged, where am I at? How far down am I? 5 attacks. So I'm going to have 7 attacks in the morning. And we're in pretty good shape for me only having made 7 out of 12 attacks. So I'm feeling pretty good about it. I like our odds. We got a pretty good night shift. I know they're going to move the ball. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to call a route. So what we want to do is we want to finish bridge. Then we want to hit reactor. Then we want to get flight deck 3. And then I think we're probably going to want to do FD2 or FD1. And we might call it FD1 because somebody went ahead and hit them. Mick, you never follow orders, man. You were doing so good, and then now all of a sudden you stopped. So yeah, we'll address that later. There's a million Mortys in the multiverse, and if we have to do some cutting because people can't get with the program, then we will. So we're gonna leave that be, and I'm gonna call this route. So that's gonna be. I don't have this up on Baxos, which is usually how I would kind of cheat this. So we're gonna go bridge, reactor, FD3, so on. Okay. So we're gonna go bridge. So this is what I do before I go to bed every day. Bridge. I call out the route that I would like the Mortys to take through these rooms while I'm sleeping, and then I get up first thing in the morning and I come in and for the last hour of the war, I throw everything I got at it and we try to finish strong. So we're going to go bridge, reactor, FD2. Or no, we're at FD3, aren't we? FD3. Then we're going to go FD1 since Mick already started it. Then FD2. All right, so I don't normally like fooling around with flight decks, but since we can't get to medbay without it really be prohibitive, I think. So instead, we're going to just, have a good night, Queso. Take it easy, man. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to call this route, and we're going to try to take the easier flight deck rooms and just score some easy points because the bridge and the reactor are both toward the top and easy for us to get at. And it's going to be a bit of a slog to get over here through barracks. Both those guys are 5 million, and I don't want to tax my Mortys. I want to make sure they have enough juice to get through all this. So we're just going to start our backfill now. All right, we're going to hit bridge. We're going to go reactor, flight deck 3, flight deck 1, then flight deck 2. I think that's probably about as far as they'll be able to get by morning, but we'll see. So I think that's pretty much going to be all the damage that I can do. Looking at this, I don't see much of anything else that we can get done. The blitz is, I'm not going harder on the blitz. We don't really need any of that. Got a capped out cap. So I'm going to call it there. We're just under an hour and a half. That's a decent sized length for the stream. Some nights I give you 2 hours plus, some nights I only give you an hour. We're right down the middle tonight. It's just all a matter of how much content I've got to get through and if we have any PvP challengers and things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and since I got all of this going on, I'm going to go ahead and knock it off, and I'm going to try to get some work done on the stream offline or just off camera. And so we'll be back tomorrow, more than likely for the 9 a.m. stream, but we'll definitely be here for the 9 p.m. stream tomorrow night. That's Eastern Standard Time. So you guys, we're trying to do 2 a day. Tune on into Mortytown. We'll be glad to have you here. So until I see you again, be cool.
Oh yeah, you gotta get swifty. You gotta get swifty in here.
Stay swifty and keep gaming. So I'll see you later. I'm Vac. And I'm out of here.